Hi Daniel, I wanted to show you sort of what I've got working for your canopy. I know you've been working on the other part, but I've sort of been starting on that. And so what I have is a surface here that has a repetition of your canopy, and I can go in and do things like make it bigger and smaller. So if I come in and change the size of it to 100, um, right, it will go in and adjust that guy. Um, we can talk about sort of like proportioning and how all of that works, but basically what this is it's a component that's been applied to a divided surface. So I'll start from the back. So let me delete the component and then I'll delete the divided surface. And basically what I have is a surface here with a couple of parameters on it that are controlling proportion. And you can pick this and divide the surface, and then you can control the division of the surface. So I'm just going to make it 6 and 6 so it regenerates a little quicker. And then what we want to do is turn the nodes on so we can snap a adaptive component to it. So I'll turn those nodes on. And the adaptive component I'm going to put on it is this canopy one. So if I edit this guy, what you've got is a nested component. So I've got just basically a 3-point triangle that has different materials applied to it that's actually set on this framework. So if I come in and hide that category, basically I've just got this kind of framework that gives me the points that I need to snap those triangles into place. And the way that I got that was I got it by looking at your pattern, and I was like, okay, well, this is the repeatable part. And then I just sort of analyzed that a little bit and figured out what the proportions of things would be, based on how your pattern is working. And then went in and created this guy. So like these little points, are set at specific points based on those proportions. So if I look at that, those are going to all be set at a third. And then if we look at this, those are all set at 0.75. But interestingly enough, the midpoints of these become 0.75 for that. So there's a lot of interesting math going on. But anyway, let me reset the temporary hide isolate. And then all you do, and this is what I'll have you start with, is you make a little 3-point component that has some different parameters, different material parameters, and you apply that to this rig here, and then that rig gets placed into here, and you can put it on this surface, right? So there it is on the surface. You see it working, and then you can repeat it, right? And you can actually make different versions of this. So basically I've got the like if you come in and pick that, that's a shade, right? And then if you pick that, that's an opaque glass. And then I think I have a shade 2, right? So I've got a couple of few different materials on here. And then you can also come in and you can change like the depth. Like right now I've got offset 1 and offset 2 that are controlling the depth of this. So if I take offset 1 and change it to 4 and hit apply, it's going to automatically change it to 8. I've got it set that way, but we can adjust it individually. So now those get deeper, right? And we could go in and put columns on these or however you want to do it. We can make it longer this way, longer that way. Right now I've just got it set as a square. We can also come in and do different versions that have different material applications, and you can try those. So I'll go through and make a video on how to make the simple family first, and then we'll talk about and I'll make a video how to do the rig. It's a multi-step process, but I think it's one that's worth learning.